Hello, friends, and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another live session, which we conduct every weekend on Saturday to answer your queries and assist you well for your preparation. Well, again, this is a Saturday, and as per the new schedule, we will be having the sessions at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So, welcome aboard, all of you, to join this session and do share and let me know if you have any concerns. As a part of the channel's initiative, we conduct a live session every Saturday to listen to your queries, confusions, questions, which might be related to anything in software testing. Could be about the concept, could be about the tools, could be about the certification, in fact, and any certification. It can be foundation or advanced level, or be it agile or specialist. If you have any questions, any queries, any doubts, any clarification, just make sure that you drop that on the chat window, and I'm here to assist you in order to answer and well and assist you well for your preparation. So do make sure that you make most out of these kind of opportunities where people like me connect with you and you have a great source of information to ask your questions about and get your queries resolved in order to be more clear with your expectations and setting up your upcoming goals and rights to decide what should you be in future and where are you looking yourself down the line few years from now. So that gives you a lot of clarity and a lot of understanding to make sure that what you want to be and where you want to be. So make sure that you do interact with me here during this live session, and please share with your questions so that I can assist you well, help you well in order to respond to your queries and satisfy as much as possible. Okay, so yes, team, if in case anyone is having any questions, you are free to drop your questions on the chat box, and I'm here to answer that for the next 1 hour to assist you with your queries and providing resolutions to that. Okay, so I'll be here waiting for any of the queries coming up. So just make sure that you drop your queries if in case you have anything related to software testing, or could be about your career guidance, could be about any concept or examination of ISTQB. Just make sure that you let me know what is your query all about, and I'm here to assist you and respond to your queries. I think that's a really interesting thing because not all the channels do that. Those who are having the ISTQB, in fact, not even in Udemy, you do get these kind of support that is with a live session where you ask your questions and you do respond, get responses to that. So just make sure that whenever you have such opportunities, you make most out of such opportunities and grab as much as possible, which will definitely add a lot of value to your preparation and, in fact, learning, which definitely requires to be there no matter what you do. Learning is a key to success, is what we say, and quality is defined by execution. That means until as you do that job or get involved with those activities, you cannot improvise your own quality, whatever you may be involved in. So no matter you are a developer, you are a tester, or anyone, it's just more important that you try to explore it. And based on my principle, if I talk about my principle says that just driving a car is not important. Being aware of how to troubleshoot certain basic problems when you get stuck with your car, then that is what is more important. So make sure to be a troubleshooter rather than just driving a car. So same way here, when you learn something, make sure that you have that justification with you, which will help you to justify somebody else that why this concept exists or what is this concept is all about. So that's where this initiative adds a lot of value, that answering your questions, getting your doubts clarified will definitely add a lot of value to your expertise, experience, and as well as doing your job a bit better than what you're doing right now. Well, we are getting a very first question coming in here for the day. Selin, very good evening. Thanks for joining in and asking a question. Hi, thank you for this channel. Your video series helped me a lot for passing TTA exam for test manager video series. When you will plan to complete this series? Selin, thank you so much for joining in and sharing your result outcome. I'm really, really happy and proud that there are people across the world who are watching my videos and preparing for their examination. And at the same time, it is beneficial to them. That's more important. So congratulations to you, Selin, for preparing well and passing out the examination, because technical test analyst is slightly difficult examination compared to other basic examination in ISTQB, and you have really done a great job. I appreciate your efforts and definitely the contribution for passing the exam. And really, thank you so much for sharing your valuable feedback. It means a lot, and definitely to a lot of our users who will be coming across here to know about like how exactly the content is useful. Coming to the second part of your question, that for test manager video series, when will you plan to complete this series? I think we will be completing the series by end of the February, because we have a lot of content, to be frank, in test manager compared to other certifications. So we have to talk everything in detail. So I'm just doing each topic in such a detailed way that it should be helpful to you to prepare well for the exam. So just give me a month time. Most probably by end of this month, you should be able to complete your test manager series as well. I upload one video every weekday, and based on that schedule, I think I'm predicting that by the month end, you should have all the tutorials with you. If not, maybe plus or minus 1 week here, you may have all the tutorials with you. Okay. So, and should you have anything else, feel free to let me know. All right. Anyone else of my friends that are looking for any kind of questions, any kind of doubts, or any clarifications you might have with you, just feel free to drop them right here. And I'm here to assist you to answer all your queries. Okay, so you're welcome. You're always welcome. Just let me know if in case you get stuck at any point of time during your preparation on the test manager. You can just comment on any of the particular videos, and maybe probably join these live sessions every weekend so that I can answer your queries more in detail. Because test manager is kind of a scenario driven approach and more of a kind of understanding compared to writing a justification. So prefer to be a part of this live session while you are preparing for the test manager. That will definitely add a lot of value to your preparation towards test managers. And I wish you all the very best for preparation on the test manager. All right, anyone else is looking for any questions? We just see a few participants joining in for a live session today. That's my responsibilities to wait for people to ask their questions for the slot. So I'll be here waiting for you. If in case you have any questions, any doubts, any clarification, just feel free. I'm here to assist you. I'm here to help you, and definitely respond to all your queries and give you that satisfaction which you need in order to pass your examinations, or at least have that knowledge what you need to have about testing. This week, my comment box is all caught up. So I think I've responded to all the comments. So I do not have anything to pick anything from the comment box. So everything is up to the date. So I'm just here for all of you if you have anything to talk about. All right, we have Kanad. Very good evening, Kanad. Thanks for joining in. And Kanad is one of our channel members as well. And that's the reason his name is appearing green. And he has some custom emojis to make use of during the live chat. So I would like to welcome you, Kanad. And thank you so much for your contribution towards the channel membership. I really appreciate that. Okay, so yes, my dear friends, if you have any other questions, anyone else looking forward to ask or get clarified with any of your doubts, I'm here to respond to your queries. Just make sure that you just drop your query, and I'm here to respond to that. Okay, we have got another person here. Yahya. Okay, Yahya, give us some tips for passing ISTQB certificate. You need to be more specific. Yeah, is it for foundation or advanced level? Because the tips would be quite specific to each type of certification. But if you are asking me generally, probably for foundation, then it's more about having a complete understanding of the entire syllabus end to end. That's the first and foremost thing. You should be very, very, very aware of what exactly the syllabus is all about. And once you are comfortable with all the syllabus content, then you need to make sure that you know how to answer a question which comes from the same syllabus. Remember one thing, that all the questions will be strictly from the syllabus. If in case you come across any question and you don't find that in syllabus, that means that source of information or sample questions is not up to the date. Okay, so make sure that you go through all the material and also be sure about the syllabus, because without that you cannot judge or make a decision if the question which you are referring to for the sample questions is valid or not. Okay, so you don't need me for that. You can definitely be sure about yourself because you know the content very well, you know the syllabus. All right, so that will definitely assist you. And practicing those sample questions will give you an idea, okay, give you an idea that how the questions are being framed from the same content. So of course you do have content in each particular topic, and every topic will have some of the other question in the examination. The way they frame the question is different, so having a good grip of sample questions would definitely add you a lot of value in your preparation. But at the same time, make sure that you have very good reading skills, very good attention during you answer the questions, because there are a lot of simple tricks involved in the examination. The questions might be slightly twisted here and there, and if you skip those words, for example, the word is not, the word is false. Okay, this is not one of the tasks of a test manager. Or which one of these following statements is false about risk? Now, this false, generally people skip and they start looking at the true ones. So, of course, three statements will be true and one will be false. And you come back and tell me that the examination was very confusing and the options were so close to each other. The only reason you say that because you did not read the question carefully. So, it will add a lot of value if you read the question carefully and be attentive during the examination to answer it accurately correct. Okay? Because as per you, it is obviously correct. That's the reason you are picking it, but as per the board, it should also be correct. So make sure that you are accurate in picking up your right answer. All right, and make sure that this attention what you apply there should be applied in such a way that it's just not limited to questions, even options. Sometimes options are a little tricky, that even one word or adding additional words can skip the meaning, all right, or turn around the meaning of an option. So make sure that when you read any options, you're very careful with that. And moreover, when you are writing that, definitely make sure that you don't do a mistake there by picking up the right option. Okay, so take your time, be attentive, be patient while you're reading and going through these options. That will definitely be giving you a pass criteria. Okay, well, so I think these are some of the basic tips. Beyond this, of course, can be certification specific. So if you can tell me more about that, if you are specific to any certification there, then I can add more value to this. And another thing which people keep quite often asking me that can I get the dumps from the previous years of the examination? Remember one thing, team, I keep on telling this several times in a lot of my live sessions and a lot of my trainings, that there is no such dump available. Okay, there is no such dumps available from the previous examinations. ISTQB does not release any official question paper to the market. Remember one thing, they only have some standard sample question papers which are available on their website. Other than that, whatever is promised to you by so many sources, including me, I do have 1500 questions to prepare for your foundation, but those 1500 questions are prepared by people like you and me. That's it. Okay, it's not officially issued by the ISTQB board or prepared by them, or this was not the last questions which were available in the market. That's the reason you do not tend to find a lot of questions for the advanced level. Why? Because it's difficult to recreate. It's difficult to create on your own because they are scenario driven, right? Scenario based questions. So in advanced level, you will not find dumps or you don't find sample questions to prepare. So that's one thing. And for the other thing, of course, for foundation, you can find a lot of dumps, but please be careful because a lot of them are outdated and the syllabus was recently, like 2018, was modified. So make sure that everything is up to the new syllabus and you can definitely prepare well for this. Okay, Kanal says the syllabus can be downloaded from ISTQB official website, right? Yes, Kanal. You can obviously move into istqb.org and go to the download section and you can find all the syllabus there. So that's the best place to get all your doubts clarified as well about the syllabus and the recent changes to the syllabus. So that's one point contact for you. You just have to visit istqb.org and get all the necessary information up to the date. Okay, so recently we had two revisions. that is on test analyst and technical test analyst. But you don't have to worry if in case you are preparing on the test analyst and technical test analyst, the syllabus has been modified and the playlist is created as per the new syllabus already. So you don't have to worry about it. You can definitely look into those playlists as well. So yeah, just to repeat that, you have your test analyst and technical test analyst was recently revised in 2020. So now from February 1st, you have the new syllabus in action, and the syllabus is called as 2019 because they release the draft or the final release a year in advance, and countries take their own time to implement the new syllabus. So it's approximately 1 year time to implement the syllabus. So right now we have already the new syllabus in action. So if in case you're preparing, you don't have to worry. Our playlist is up to date as per the new syllabus. All right. Anyone else? I think I've just answered these questions. Waiting for some more questions to be answered. If in case you have any things to ask and get clarified about, just feel free to drop them in the chat box there, and I'm here to pick them up and respond to you. Okay, so there was a custom question which came across from one of the chat window, which was from a different source, that is Udemy. I also started adding my courses on Udemy, which is more a quality one, and I have put that there in the Udemy so that you can also recommend your friends and colleagues to refer that if in case they want more support in order to prepare well for their certifications. So as a part of that, one of my students from Berlin asked me this question that the static testing, which we have learned in our chapter 3 of foundation, that it has a lot of things like a full formal way of conducting the review process. But does the organization actually follow this process or no? Because generally we don't see such heavy process being implemented as a part of it, and where exactly it is implemented. So I would like to add more value to all of you here as well, that what exactly this way of implementing the formal review process is all about. Now, the number one thing, of course, a formal review process must be conducted as it is written in the syllabus, because there is a way to do it. There is certain criteria to be fulfilled. There's the steps. There are phases to be taken care of when you conduct such a formal review process. But when it comes to the organization, you do not have a particular detailed time allocated for it. Like, from this particular date to this particular date, we will have only static reviews. No, you generally don't see that. So what exactly happens and how does it fit into your development model is that, number one, you start from the creation of any documentation, but simultaneously your formal review process will go in place. That means you're busy creating certain other documentations or maybe your development of the code, but simultaneously some review will also go on. So the reviewers will be shared with the documentations in order to start preparing and going through the analysis part. For example, if you remember, one of the good characteristics of testing says that for every development activity, there must be a corresponding testing activity. Now, what do you mean by that? In testing lifecycle, we do have test analysis phase. And test analysis phase is all about analyzing the test bases, which are requirements, design, code, or anything. Now, this analysis can be merged with the static testing, because static testing is also about reviewing the documentation, finding the defects in that, and test analysis is also about reviewing the documentation, analyzing the documentation, and finding any kind of anomalies in that. So this is where you can simultaneously integrate certain activities and refer that to your static testing approach and applying your formal way of reviewing the content. So that's how it fits into the process, but you generally don't see a special phase like unit testing or integration testing or any kind of commencement or declaration that now we are getting into static testing phase. No, we don't have it as a phase. Rather, it's an activity or a task which is conducted simultaneously with all other activities. Okay, so meanwhile, we have got few questions. Christian says, "Hi Neeraj, great channel. I'm preparing for TAE, that is Test Automation Engineer. Do you know if the latest syllabus is from 2016? And do you have any tips that can help me pass? Thanks, Christian." Okay, Christian, first of all, there was no revisions on the ISTQB Automation Test Engineer. So that's going to be the same whatever you're looking at, because there's only one syllabus for the automation test engineer on the ISTQB website, and there was no revisions on that. So that remains the same. That is 2016. And I just cross-checked for you once again if there was any kind of intimation. So there is no intimation. It's just that ISTQB does not refine their syllabus quite often. They wait for some years and see the outcome of the participants. If they see good results as the outcome, then they don't touch the syllabus. In case they think that the trends are changing, or some of the terminologies are outdated, which they have used long ago, then only they revise the syllabus. So until as they see that, or until as they have such feedbacks, they do not often change their syllabus. So you're good to follow 2016. There are no syllabus changes, so you can go ahead and proceed with that. Talking about the tips, of course, you need to, number one, you need to have a very good understanding of what exactly automation is all about. Most important chapter is the architecture. The generic test automation architecture chapter will add a lot of value, and you can expect a lot of scenario-driven questions as well. A lot of scenario-driven questions means that the questions will be given to you from the context, from the syllabus, but it will literally show you a typical scenario that you are working in an organization where automation has this particular level, and you are asked to implement a new architecture or new solution to the project. Now, you have done these kind of preparation of the environment, and these are the factors. What is the next step you should take care of? And that is very well discussed in one of my tutorials or as a part of the syllabus. So make sure that you just don't learn the content. Okay, just don't read the material. Just don't listen to the tutorials. While you're doing that preparation, ask yourself a question that, do you really understand what it is all about? Okay, ask yourself that. Now, do you understand? Do you understand what exactly this is all about? Are you enough? Are you done understanding enough to implement it? So these are a few of the things which you can ask, because these kind of certification, like especially the test manager, test automation engineer, performance tester, mobile application tester, these certifications are more of knowledge driven rather than by hearting the content. Okay, if you have by hearted the content or just listen to the videos or tutorials, that is not going to help you. You need to be ready to implement that. If you are given a scenario, or if your organization tomorrow asks you that I'm stuck here, do you know what's the solution there? So that is what you need to prepare for. So if you have got that understanding or that level of understanding of the content, nobody can stop you, my friend, by being passed from this examination. Okay, so make sure just don't listen to the content. Try to understand it. Why? What's the logic behind it? Why are we conducting it? If we are conducting it, what's the benefit we are going to achieve? Why not some other way? What's the significance of this particular way of doing it compared to something else? Now that's what is more important. Okay, so make sure that your complete attention, your complete understanding, or you keep thriving to explore from each content, that do you really know what to do next? All right, if anything comes specific to that particular content, you do realize, being an automation tester, this is what I should do. So if you're already an automation tester, you will be knowing a lot about it. But of course, implementing them will become more easier to you to follow the syllabus. So having that past knowledge will add a lot of value for you to understand everything. And during that preparation, make sure that you are confined towards making sure that are you ready to implement such things or not. Okay. So Christian, I think I've answered your question there. If you think you have anything else, just continue typing in below, and I'm watching that screen right now. Okay, Kenneth, I always believe for learning any new programming language or downloading any content, we should always reach to the official website. That's the correct place to get the latest information. Absolutely correct, Kenneth, because we don't have to rely on anyone. People can do anything to make money out of your browsing skills. So we need to be, more reliable on the official websites because they are genuine and they are authorized to share you the right set of information. Even if you get stuck, they can only assist you. Because, for example, if you're using a telecom service and if you don't have proper network coverage or you do not have your, any data pack expires or something goes wrong, you call the concerned person, not your friend. It's just the same way. You call the concerned organization, the company, not your friend that, my data pack has expired. What should I do? Yeah, he doesn't know. He will have his own ethics. He will have his own information to share with you, and that might not be correct as well. Okay, so official websites is always the great source to get any latest updates, any right information which you need to have. And there are many other people who might be going typically wrong with a lot of things. So, a lot of attractive things are not certain time, so not always good. Okay, it might be attractive, but not good to have that information. So people have a lot of confusions. Okay, yeah, thank you so much for that. And Christian says, great answer. Thank you, Neeraj. You're welcome, Christian. Should you have anything else, feel free to let me know anytime. Welcome. All right. Any other friends of mine are looking for any other questions to be answered by me? Feel free to let me know. Be it a silly question, be it a stupid question. I don't care. It's just a question for me. I love to answer each and everything what you may have in your mind. Because my more important uh, objective and goal of conducting this live session is to assist every viewer of my channel if they get stuck with anything. And I think that's the only initiative which is happening here. And I'm very happy because I'm getting at least a good response from all of you to add more value to this live session. The day I stop getting responses, probably I'll turn down this initiative and we will move into something better to do in this time. So in case team, if you have anything to share, anything to ask, do go ahead. And we are not limited to only the questions. If in case you have any kind of suggestions, recommendation, feedback about the channel to improve it, please let me know as well. Because this channel and this content is all for you. So it should benefit you. If you think there's something which can be done a little better, please let me know because I definitely wait for your feedbacks to assist me to add more value to your preparation because you are the audience. Being an audience, it's your responsibility to share any kind of recommendation, feedback, or suggestions to me so that I can add more value for your preparation. All right. So that was a quick announcement. But yes, if anyone else has any other questions to be asked, feel free to let me know. I'm always there to assist you. And I'm waiting here. We have got another 30 minutes to go. All right. We got a quick question here. Hash. Hash Dilly. Okay, I'm not sure if that's your name, but yeah, sounds interesting to me. I have just started my preparation for ISTQB certification by watching your videos, and your way of teaching and making clear the content is too good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hash. I think it's really, really great to see such great feedback, and thank you so much for suggesting and letting me know that the your preparation is on the way because it requires a lot of understanding, of course, because these are not your academics where you can by heart certain things, you can mug up something and pass the examination. This completely goes on your understanding. And if you do not have a very clear understanding of certain contents, then of course, that's not going to help you to pass the examination. And for me, giving you that clear understanding was only to have such feedbacks. Because a lot of people I've seen on YouTube, they only do their promotion part. That means if I'm talking about a tool, I only give you basic stuff, but not the detailed things, so that you come back to me to make me a payment and then learn those things from me, right? So I have not done that. I just wanted to share everything to the people so that they can find that yes, there is some quality content which can help you to prepare well for the certification without investing money from your pocket. So that was the only goal where I created this YouTube channel and wanted to share from my free time some of the tutorials on different learnings aspects as well as different certifications. So thank you so much once again for sharing your valuable feedback. It really keeps me fueled to continue doing good work for all of you and really keeps me inspired that I'm doing a good job for all of you. So thank you so much. In case yes, team, if you have anything else, just the board is all yours. Just drop me a quick query, and I will definitely pick it up and respond to you. All right, so meanwhile, I've got this particular link here. There's a new channel which I've started, and looking forward to your kind support and love on that as well. That is all about technical vocabulary, where it is going to have quick definitions to different terminologies. So it will be just a channel which is all about glossary. So terms and their definition, meaning, and with an example. So if in case you are interested to go about understanding some of the technical terminologies, make sure that you hit that link and subscribe to the channel so that you can get latest updates about each and every terminology which I include. So mostly I'm doing on testing, but once we are done with all the testing terminologies later down the line, probably 1 year from now, I will definitely do a lot of other technical terminologies which might be related to process, documentation, activity of any particular phase, or even talking about the tools and tools related terminologies. So these videos are just quick, hardly 2 to 3 minutes of video talking about the definition, meaning, and example of that. Because a lot of people have reported saying that we generally don't find a good glossary, and that's what the initiation of this initiative was. That why don't we have a channel where I can just do a glossary, and it's just hardly for 2 to 3 minutes of video, and we don't talk in detail of that. So you just get a quick definition as and when you need it. But once we have ample amount of content on this channel, it may act like a digital dictionary for all your technical needs, and it can very well prepare a lot of individuals about their sort of interviews to get definition to a lot many things with a proper example. So I was just checking on certain sources if people had something. No, that was quite difficult, because if you go on Google, you do find different definitions from different people, and maybe not always you find an example with a proper way of explaining it. And theoretical is always theoretical, and when somebody is trying to explain you, their words are used in a different way with proper exclamations and a lot many other things which will add more value to your learning. So if in case you're interested, please hop into this channel, look at some of the sample content. Right now we have some good videos there, and you can decide if you want to be a part of that channel for your future learnings and exploration about glossary of technical terms. And that's the reason I named the channel as Technical Vocabulary. Okay, so I'm going to add a lot of value to you. So make sure that you have a good understanding on that. And if in case you are subscribing to that channel, advance, thank you so much for that. All right, so we are 33 minutes past with our live session. Looking forward for more questions. If in case you have one, do not hesitate. Just feel free to drop them here. That's all for you. If in case you have a doubt, you should ask it, and I'm here to assist you. So make sure that you make most out of this opportunity while being connected. And I'm definitely here to answer your queries. So nothing other than that. So make sure that you make most out of this opportunity. And don't forget, team, this initiative is or every Saturday. Every Saturday we connect between 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. for an hour to answer your questions through a live session. And I'll be always here to assist you to answer your questions. So make sure that you make it a mark in your calendar that every Saturday between 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time, I'm always available to respond to your queries. If you have any questions, please collect them together, put it in your basket, and just share with me when you join the session live at the end of the week. And I'm here to assist you, give you my time so that I can help you well and assist you well in order to prepare well for your certifications. Okay, it seems like the participants counts are going down. So I think I just have 5 more minutes to go then. If in case the next 5 minutes, if I have any questions coming up, we will continue the session. If in case there are no participants having any questions, we will wind up with the show. Because there's no point being an being idle on a live session. If there are no questions, definitely I'll continue ahead. And if you have any questions, just make sure you drop them here on the live session because I'm here to answer your queries. So go ahead, just take the little effort to type in your question. Just type your question and hit an enter, and it will pop up here, and I'll pick that up and respond to your query. So make sure that if you have any queries related to testing, certifications, or even if your career or guidance, just let me know. I'm here to assist you and answer all your questions which might be related to that. We just keep it related to technology, not beyond that, because this live session is not about anything other than technical talks. Sometimes we do get to see some of the random questions that what is your laptop configuration and this, that, and all, and that sounds a little funny, so I don't respond to such questions. Yes, team, if you have any questions, just feel free to drop them. Waiting for your questions to be answered. All right, got another question from Christian. Can you add more exam samples in the future? Yes, of course. I definitely am looking forward to add more sample questions. Generally it goes like, whenever I complete a particular series of tutorials, I generally ask for a poll from the audiences that if in case they are interested to go for more sample questions on any particular thing, any particular certification, or any other next tutorial series on different certifications. So depending on the votes and the polls, I pick up the next thing because it's all about you, all about your needs. So I should definitely check with you that if you're interested to explore more about a new certification, there's a need, or the sample question on any particular certification. So yes, definitely, as soon as we have some inputs on that, I will definitely consider this recommendation. And if time permits, probably in between, I would include some more sample questions and discussion on that, because sample questions are just not about giving you a question and answering that. I will rather include a justification based on a video-driven approach and upload that as one of the tutorial to explain you that why this question is all about, or why this question is having a right answer as A or right answer as B. So that will be the approach which I will be following. So I've already started doing it for foundation, but I'm just not getting enough time to do it for other certifications because many people say, why not that certification? Why not this certification? But of course, I'm only one person and I can only do one at a time. So just seeking the right way to do it, and definitely will do that to your preparation. Okay. Yasin, anyone else has any questions? The window is all yours. Just let me know. If you have any questions, any concerns to be asked, discussed, feel free to let me know. I'm here to respond to them. So just type in your question if you have anything in your mind and you're preparing for certain examinations. I'm here to respond to any of your queries, be it a silly question, be it a not stupid question as well. But if in case you have that in your mind, get it clarified. I have no bars on the type of question you may have during this live session. I'm just here to respond to your queries so that you can have great responses and in a good way of exploring things and understanding them. The assistance gives you a lot of kind of confidence that you know the content better, and gives you better confidence to pass an examination. So that's more important for anyone. So that's the reason I took this initiative of getting into live shows every Saturday once, every week once, I can say, and responding to at least those queries what people may have, which they may not be able to ask during the comments, or if they have certain things to be discussed rather than just asked. So these are the windows which you can make use of, and definitely add more value to your preparation towards the examination. All right, 40 minutes past the live session. We have 20 minutes more to go. If you, in case, have any questions to be asked, we will definitely look forward to your questions and respond to them. And of course, your questions are very helpful to many others who are not watching this live session right now, because a lot of there are at least, like, I checked yesterday on my analytics, there are at least 75 countries who are watching this channel for their preparation. And of course, not all the countries follow the same timeline and geographical distribution. Thus, they might even be available during this live session. So they always prefer to watch this video once the live session is over. So your questions, so your queries can add really a lot of value to them as well. So looking forward for your contribution to this live session by asking certain questions if you have one. Of course, not forcefully. If in case you have any questions, please drop them there, and I'm here to respond to them. All right, I'm yet to decide a public batch for this month because I have got a lot of other commitments from my corporates. So I don't have, I'm just getting a little bit, tough time to declare a date, because I'm engaged on most of the weekends, and not sure if I'll be able to conduct a batch this month. But probably maybe over the weekdays, I can look forward to, because this is just a week, and not sure exactly like how to fit into that. So that's what I'm just planning. If in case I have some time, I'll declare, and you can be a part of this foundation level certification course. Or if in case you are looking for any of the training, you are free to reach out to me, because we do have custom sessions which go on different timings, and you may have at least 1 hour a day to prepare for each training. So I do custom sessions as well, custom trainings based on your specific needs. So if in case you are interested to go with one-to-one session, you can always reach out to me through my LinkedIn page. You can find my LinkedIn profile ID in any of the videos description. So go to the description, you will find my LinkedIn ID. Connect with me for further discussions, and I'll help you to schedule a call with me so that you can set up the time and training duration with me, and you can go at your own pace and own way of learning the content. So it's not mandatory that you should only join the public sessions to have a training from me. You can always have it at your custom demand, and I'm always there to assist you. Just make sure that you let me know. That's it. Just a little packed this month with a lot of other corporate commitments. That's the reason I don't have enough time to declare a date, because I'm not finding a right slot to do it this month. Probably, maybe if in case not, then maybe in next month we will have a session on ISTQB Foundation. Okay, we have another person coming in here, Zerocool. Okay, whatever your name is there, Zerocool. Hello from Macedonia, Europe. How many hours of officially needed for an ISTQB preparation course in India? Okay, how many hours are officially needed for an ISTQB preparation course in India? Generally, we conduct a session for 24 hours for corporates, because there we have more value added in terms of doing the discussions and all, because we had basically more crowd coming into the corporate sessions, like maybe 25 participants or 30 participants. And I definitely wish to respond to everyone's query. So we do it for 24 hours. But if in case we have less than 10 participants, we can do the same session in 16 hours, just because the count is less and questions will be limited. That means only 5 people or 6 people will have questions. So we can do that very well with proper understanding in 16 hours of day. Okay, so that's one of the things if you're asking about the duration to be prepared. Otherwise, if you want a custom session to understand yourself, we even do it for maybe 30 hours and 35 hours as well, because you may have your own pace of learning. But believe me, if you are already working as a tester and you have some basic knowledge about testing, you don't need more than 16 hours as a part of the training with my explanation, which is of course beyond the videos, to complete the syllabus and understand them. And post that, of course, your preparation is mandatory. Without that, you cannot just rely on my teachings and trainings, which will only answer your 90% of questions. The 10% definitely comes from your effort. Until unless you do it yourself, you don't remember them, right? So that's one thing. Other than that, of course, there is a timeline. If you're not talking about the training, then there is a time limit provided for each topic in the syllabus. And based on that, you can definitely spend a lot of time there to explore from the syllabus point of view. Okay. And if in case you're talking about the preparation, you need hardly a 2 week time, between 7 days to 10 days of time to prepare yourself after the training or without the training, to prepare for the examination and pass the examination. Only if you have the knowledge about basics of testing yourself, you need at least 7 to 10 days of time to prepare well. But there are people who take 15 days as well. People take 1 month of time. Some people even take 2 months of time to prepare well. It all depends on your way of understanding things. If you think you are finding it complicated, take more time. Because until unless you are confident, you are not sure about the content, there's no point writing the examination. Okay, you need a proper justification and explanation for that. That's the reason I conduct a lot of sessions to explain a lot of corporates, a lot of organizations, to assist them in their preparation for the examination, because everybody's money is count. So money is important. You have spent some money to enroll for the examination and you must pass that. So that's where the effort comes from. Okay, so in case you do have any other question, I'm sorry to call you to Zero because I only see that name. So if in case you have any more questions, but do let me know. Okay, thank you. Yes, I was talking about the classes. It's the same here in Macedonia as well. And what is the price for taking the exam? Here, converted in USD is 213, that is dollar 213 with the current rates. Okay, I'm not sure if that is going to be that expensive in India, because in India it's hardly around less than $100 as well, because it's just 4,700 bucks to pass the exam. So somewhere around like 75 to $80 to appear for the examination. That's very cheap, and I think India is the cheapest in the world for ISTQB examination. So if in case you have an Indian address, then do register to ITB and write your examination from there. Someone coming in, Suma. Suma, very good evening. Hello, sir. I followed your videos. I did 3 mock test papers, and last Saturday I passed the exam. Congratulations, Suma, and thank you so much for joining in and letting us know your results. It means a lot to me, and of course, a lot of our audience, to be aware that how the content is helping people and what kind of approach they follow. So always I request my viewers to share their approach at least, so that people can look at different ways of learning things and understanding. Because for me, of course, there is a particular way to learn a lot of things, but different people come up with different ideas and creativity, different perception, and it might sound interesting to many other people across the world. So do always share your feedback, your recommendations about learning the content, how you did that, because your real-time experience will help many others through this channel to learn them, learn the content, or help them understand the content to pass the exam. So congratulations, Suma, once again, and thank you so much for joining in the live session and letting us know your results. It's really a great pleasure for me. I wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors. If you have anything looking forward in future to learn or take up the examinations, please do opt for the channel to learn about the content, because of course you know the way of my teaching, and you should be now used to it. And of course the beginning music, a lot of people have always got back to me that I passed the examination, and I still cannot forget that intro music of every video. So that still, keeps playing back in my mind no matter where I am, because there are so many tutorials, and at the beginning of that you do get a music, and you have seen your tutorial so many times that you don't forget that. So a lot of people come back and tell me that music is still playing in my mind when I'm talking to you right now and letting you know that I've passed my examination. So thank you so much for that. And yes, that's true. So I obviously welcome you again. If in case you are planning to write any other examination, I'm always there to assist you. Just do let me know. Okay, we have another question from Kinchit. Kinchit, I have watched all your videos for the foundation course. Your videos are very good. I have exam tomorrow. All the very best, Kinchit. Make sure that you have tried those 3 mock papers and you are confident about all the content, including the terminologies in the syllabus. Make sure that you have been through all of them. If in case you have any confusion with any word, do let me know. Okay. And thank you so much for sharing your feedback about my content. I really, really feel very happy and proud about it, that my contents are useful to many others from different countries, not only to my country, of course, many other neighboring countries and across the globe. People are finding it interesting and helpful, so that they really, they find this helpful to prepare for their exam and pass that. So thank you so much for that. Okay, so all the very best, Kinchit, and wish you very best luck to go ahead with the examination. Do let us know whatever the outcome is. Okay. Okay, there's another thing coming from Zerocool again. I also watched your lessons, and I think you are a great teacher. I plan on taking the exam this month. Thank you so much for your valuable feedback, Zero. Let me call you Cool, not Zero. That doesn't sound good. Unethical way of calling somebody as Zero. Probably that's your initiative or channel name. So thank you so much, Cool, for your valuable feedback. I'm not so great teacher. It's just that like this is my profession by choice, not by force. I love teaching, and that's the reason I know a little better than others that how to explain something to someone in a better way. So I really, really appreciate your feedback. That's really, really helpful for me and always keeps me inspired to do and keep up the good work. So all the best in your preparation. Every Saturday we connect here in a live session between 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. If in case you get stuck anywhere, make a note of it, join this live session, ask your questions, and get it clarified. Okay, this is open to all, free of cost. Just be a part of it and let me know. Okay, Kinchit says, thank you, you're welcome. And we have another person in health with Bhavesh. I follow your videos, and after that, I give chapter-wise mock test. I got nearly 75% in test. So next week, I plan for the exam. Good to go, Bhavesh. I think 75% is good, but still, as you're planning for the next week, please spend your remaining time till the day you write your examination concentrating on that remaining 25%, because you never know during the examination when this 75% can reduce. Okay, so do not take a risk. I always appreciate my viewers to be 100% prepared. Okay, not even 95%, 100% prepared, because you never know when you can get stuck with any typical question. Okay, and you don't want to lose a chance there. You always have a grace that you can go wrong with 14 questions out of 40. Okay, you can go wrong very well with 14 questions out of 40, right? But why to take chances, right? And as you're telling me very transparently that you are close to 75%, then you know that which areas you are going wrong with, right? Which topics you are going wrong. Please put more effort for the remaining days on those 25%, because that is what will make you 100% prepared for this. Because for the last mock papers, you have got 75%, then you are sure about those 75% things. Okay, so please do that, and that should be enough to pass the examination. And all the very best for your examination. We will be waiting for your results. All right, so we have Rizwan Ahmed. Good evening. Can you please give suggestions on interview preparation for software testing roles, entry level? Okay, Rizwan, entry level interview preparation, you need to basically be sure about all the testing concepts, like what is static testing, what is dynamic testing, what is verification, what is validation. You probably make a note of it, okay? If in case you can't, then watch this live session. After the live session gets over, it will be recorded and put on the channel, so you can watch this again. So make a note of all these things. You need to know about what is difference between static and dynamic, difference between verification and validation, difference between white box and black box. What are the different techniques available in white box and black box, and not just understanding, applying the techniques. They can ask you, give you a scenario in the interview that, okay, I'm trying to test a particular transaction page. If I'm applying state transition testing, what number of test cases I should have. So, you should be very sure about that. And of course, talking about defect management, very commonly asked question during the interviews, that what is defect management? How do you manage the defects? What is a defect report? Why should we write a report? When should we raise a report, like defect report? So remember one thing, that you always raise a defect the moment your test fails. You don't wait for any approvals, no authentication, nothing. The moment your test case fails, you log a defect. Remember about the defect lifecycle, which you have in my tutorials. And also, there are a lot of simple things, what is retesting, regression testing, why regression testing should be automated, why regression testing should be conducted, what's the difference between the testing tools like manual and automation, why should we automate, when should we automate. Remember, when should we automate can have an answer, that whenever your system is stable, that's one of the criteria. Your system must be stable to automate anything, and not everything is just blindly automated just because you have an automation tool. So we automate only certain things which are having certain criteria. For example, good candidates of automation are repeatability. If you want to repeat a test with several set test data, you go with automation. You want to do regression testing, it's one of the good candidates for automation. And third is when you have finally complicated levels of execution, like performance testing. Doing it manually could be highly complicated. So you can go for automation. But still, manual has its own recognition, and you do add value by doing manual testing at a lot many places. Be aware of the process, that what exactly test process is all about, where your contributions are, how you can prevent defects, that is static testing. So, just be aware of all these things which will add more value to your preparation. So being a entry level candidate, these are the things which people would need in order to prepare. Okay, we have another person. I don't have the name there. Do you have more tips and example for decision coverage containing nested while, switch, etc.? Of course, I do have knowledge and examples for that. But the only reason I have not shared it because they are no longer a part of the syllabus. Even in the previous syllabus, that is before 2018, when they used to ask about statement coverage and decision coverage, that was completely limited to if conditions. Okay, only if, not anything else. Before that, that is before 2011, they had for, do while when, switch cases and a lot many other things. But right now, you do not have any such programming driven question as a part of the syllabus. So if you're looking from that point of view, please ignore that. Not even if condition will be there as a part of the examination. Okay, we have only theoretical questions from the white box testing techniques as per the new syllabus, and we do not have any programming based questions in the examination now. Okay, just remember the definition of statement coverage and decision coverage. Statement coverage is to measure number of statements covered by test which you have prepared divided by total number of statements in the program. Similarly, decision coverage is measured as total number of decisions practiced by your test divided by total number of decisions in the program. This is a theoretical definition which they may ask you. And the third point is that is 100% decision coverage guarantees 100% statement coverage, but not vice versa. The question will be within these three lines which I just said. Okay. All right, Kinchit has a quick question. Hello, sir. Can I get a link of your website where mock papers are placed? I'm not able to find it. Okay, I'll just tell you. Give me a moment. So that's not my website actually. This is ISTQB official website. I'm sure you would have gone there already. So Kinchit, this is the link which I'm dropping on the chat box right now. Please click on this and scroll to the bottommost. And there you will find three mock papers, set A, set B, set C. Try to answer that, and that would be more than enough to prepare well. Okay, Rijwan says, I had an interview question. What is a software tester according to you? How to best answer such questions. Okay, software tester basically is a quality contributor. Of course, you do have your custom answers for that based on your understanding, because the question is about you, not about me. And me being a consultant, of course, may have various interesting answers, but you cannot provide that answer to the interviewer because you are at entry level, right? And if you talk like me, then probably that would be a different story altogether, and they may not shortlist you. So keep your answers simple, talking about what is testing all about. Testing is to validate functionalities. Testing is to measure that if you are meeting the expectations of the customer. Testing is to make sure that whatever you have done, is it having everything working correctly and meeting the expectations that is a requirement. And at the same time, being a tester, you need to be sure not only about writing and executing test cases, making sure that what happens before testing and after testing is aware with you. Okay, it's just not about writing and executing test cases. You should be aware that what kind of architecture is being designed, what kind of requirements do we have, what kind of development is happening. Is there a flowchart which I can refer? Because being a tester, you're just not confined to your area. You should be aware that what other things are happening, because that will become test basis or references for you to derive your test cases. So being a tester, you can definitely add the quality points from the contribution of testers to the entire product quality. Okay, but keep it simple. Don't go into the depth and high level, because people might think that you have by hearted these answers from some big sources. So we don't want to do that, and that might not shortlist you. Well, team, so I think that's the time up, and we will be calling off the session for today. Thank you so much for joining in and asking your respective questions to add and contribute to this live session. I always thank all my viewers on this live channel, a live session, that is because without your questions, this live session cannot be successful. So thank you so much for joining in and asking your questions to add more value to this initiative. So that's all from this particular live session, team. Should you have anything else, feel free to let me know. I'm always there to assist you, answer your questions well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for being a part of this live session, team, and happy learning. See you next week. Take care, and bye bye.